All right, lads. Today we're forging a kunai, that pointy thing from every ninja anime. This time it's real, from scrap steel, a bit messy and sharp enough to make you hit subscribe. Starting with an old leaf spring, probably 5160 or 9260 steel. Forge is running around 1100 gizikars. That's the sweet orange glow where steel stops being stubborn. If your forge runs on propane, let it preheat for a good 10 minutes. Quick flatten to check for laminations or rust pockets. If it cracks now, that's fine. Better to find out early than after 6 hours of grinding. One more heat to normalize the grain, basically wiping the steel's old memory clean so it doesn't warp like a boomerang during quench. The kunai is going to be about 25 cm total, 15 for the blade, 10 for the tang. Marking the ring hole at 2 cm diameter, using this washer as a template. The ring's not just for looks, it's for a lanyard or a finger loop for grip. Historically, kunai were digging tools, so the ring let you tie them to your belt without stabbing yourself. Center punch the hole so the drill bit doesn't wander. I'm starting with a 6mm pilot hole, then stepping up to 20mm with a spade bit. Don't go full speed on thick steel. Keep it under 400 RPM. Flood the hole with cutting oil, or motor oil if you're broke like me. Keeps the bit cool and doubles its lifespan. Pilot hole done. Now switching to the 20mm spade bit. Slow and steady. If it starts squealing, that means you're pushing too hard and the bit's work hardening the steel. Time for the zip wheel. I'm cutting just outside my scribe lines and always leaving about 2mm for cleanup. Keep the piece firmly clamped, use smooth, steady passes, and let the wheel do the work. If you rush or push too hard, you'll grab, overcut, or distort the edge. Sparks will be spraying right at you, so suit up. Gloves, a full-face shield, long sleeves in natural fibers or leather, and absolutely no synthetics unless you want to cosplay as a firework. And keep a clear splash zone so hot, sparks don't land on anything flammable. Quick file pass to knock off burrs and check hardness. If the file skates, there's a hard carbide spot. That means I'll need to anneal that area. Using a Dremel with a carbide burr for the tight ring curves. The angle grinder's too aggressive here. One slip, and I'll end up with a kunai-shaped potato chip. Moving to the belt sander for bevels. I'm holding the kunai at roughly 20 degrees per side, shallow enough to cut cleanly, but steep enough that the blade stays strong and won't flex or chip on impact. The key here is patience. Let the belt do the work instead of forcing it, because too much pressure will heat the steel unevenly and ruin your edge. I mark my bevel line with a Sharpie, and each time the ink disappears, I know I've reached the correct depth. It's a simple trick that keeps both sides symmetrical and saves a ton of time in cleanup later. Filing across the bevels to feel for high spots. Trust your fingers. They catch imperfections your eyes will miss. Flap wheel time. Smoothing out those grinder marks. I'm working my way up to 400 grit by hand, because trust me, getting a mirror finish before heat treat is 10 times easier than after. Wet sanding with WD-40 as a lubricant. It keeps the sandpaper from clogging and really highlights the scratches and imperfections you'd otherwise overlook. Start slow and make consistent passes so the scratches blend evenly. By the time you reach 600 grit, the steel is already beginning to gleam. marking the final edge thickness, about 0.5 millimeter. Thinner cuts cleaner but chips easier. Thicker lasts longer but bites less. Balance is everything. Grinding right up to the line, I stop every 10 seconds to inspect the progress and make sure I'm not cutting too deep. Precision is everything here. One careless pass, and you could ruin the symmetry of the bevel. The goal is a clean, even bevel without any accidental overgrind, keeping both strength and sharpness perfectly balanced. Final hand pass to fix any wobbles. When the edge catches light evenly, you know it's right. Any dark spots? That's a low area that still needs love. Austenitizing at 820 degrees, non-magnetic range. I'm checking with a magnet. If it still sticks, not hot enough. If it drops off, perfect. That's our cue. Fast quench in warm oil, about 50 degrees Celsius. Cold oil risks cracks, hot oil's too slow and gives you a soft spine. Timing and temperature. That's the dance. Quick spin on the anvil. If it wobbles, it warped. Minor warps I can fix while it's still hot. Major ones, yeah, that's a letter opener now. Cleaning off the quench oil with acetone, then straight to the buffing wheel with white compound. The shine comes alive. We're getting that mirror finish going. Hand polishing up to 800 grit, always in one consistent direction. Circular or random strokes will leave scratches that scream amateur, no matter how shiny the steel gets. Using long, smooth, deliberate passes not only evens out the surface, but also gives the blade that professional mirror-like finish where every reflection is clean and sharp. Printed a kanji stencil. It's supposed to say sharp, but with my Japanese, it might actually say chicken. Spray mount it, then mask with red paint. Apply 2 even coats of enamel, then wait about 5 minutes until the paint becomes tacky but not fully dry. Carefully peel off the stencil to reveal your design underneath. This painted layer will act as a resist during electro-etching, protecting the areas you want to stay raised while the exposed metal gets etched away. It's a simple technique, but when done right, the contrast between etched and protected surfaces comes out crisp and professional. Setting up the electro-etch, bucket of salt water, 12V car battery charger. Knife is the anode, plus steel plates the cathode. The current eats the bare metal, leaving the painted parts raised. Add a spoon of salt per liter for extra conductivity. Bubbles mean it's working. After 10 minutes, rinse it off, strip the paint with acetone, and finish with a thin oil coat to stop flash rust. Final buff using green chrome compound to bring the blade to a full mirror finish. As I work the surface, the etched pattern starts to reveal itself as a subtle matte contrast against the high shine, giving the kunai a striking, professional look where every detail stands out. This final polish not only enhances aesthetics, but also smooths out any remaining micro imperfections, making the blade feel clean and precise to the touch. Handle wrap time, 3 meters of paracord. Start at the ring, spiral down, and cinch tight every few wraps. End it with a constrictor knot, trim, and melt the ends with a lighter. Soak the cord first, it'll shrink and lock itself when dry. File the melted nub flat so nothing snags. One last oil wipe, clean, sleek, ready for action. From rusty spring to deadly art in about 8 hours. Let's test it. 2 out of 3 hits, I'll take it. Slightly handle-heavy balance, perfect for rotational throws. Key takeaways: anneal your steel, drill before profiling, quench hot and fast, and never, I repeat never, trust a stencil you printed at 2 a.m. If you're still here, smash that subscribe, drop your next weapon idea in the comments.